So, I'm basically recording this like my prediction. My child has been taken from me since October 25th, 2016. Stolen, assisted through the courts. For some reason, my family has behaved like they don't understand, like they must have happened for a reason. And I've been telling them the whole entire time. It didn't. There's no reason. There's no reason. I've raised her whole entire life. What I'm trying to get at here is my whole entire life I was scapegoated on. I know I look like shit, but that's because I've been crying. And you know what? Crying is real. Crying is emotions. People feel. Do you know what's wrong with the world today? People. People who don't acknowledge emotions. You got stepmothers, okay, who want to covet their own children and treat them like the golden child and then treat the other child like a scapegoat, like Cinderella. You know what the problem with the world is? People who send people who have emotions to go get help and come back when they're done feeling. Because people don't want to acknowledge what really happens. People don't want to face the fact that there are problems in this world. People don't want to have to face other people's problems, even if they're family members. And you want to know what? They want to teach children that there isn't any problems. There aren't anything that really happens. They want to create a future of children who are mindless robots, who don't think for themselves, who don't know how to handle things, and who don't even understand what's really going on. That's what's really going on. And then you got people who hate people like me for even saying it. What's the difference? What does that make? That makes two people. Good people and people who are up to no good. People who don't do proper things. People who want to pretend. People who want to create worlds that are just for themselves and their own happiness and their own little worlds. That's where you get people that are killing children. People that are having abortions that are up until full term. You can't contradict yourself, okay? If you care about it, you're going to have to go all the way around in every single circumstance, not just selected ones. Otherwise, that identifies you as being a facade. Well, here's my prediction. Like I said, the whole goal is to get me taken care of, taking me out. I'm here at my family's house. My father's wife has basically shown me that she doesn't really want me here the whole entire time, but she's been nice about it. So then he gets a no contact order, so I can't talk to my daughter, you know? And like I said, I knew that this would be the thing. She's basically going to be to try to get me out of here. She's going to find some reason to not want to have me here, and she's going to justify it. That who cares about her feelings? Who cares about her daughter? Who cares about what's happening? Who cares about what help she needs? We don't give a shit. We're not going to do it. And she's going to put it in front of my dad, and she's going to make him kick me out, and I'm going to have to go back out there on the street so that way they can kill me and have me and my evidence taken out. Because my mom won't help me. And I have just uncovered the fact that my family's trust has certain rules that they have to follow that basically have allowed in the laws that talk about people as property. These laws talk about the world in such a paper way, in such a two-dimensional way, that's the way that the laws are governing us. We're being governed by two-dimensional laws. Laws that are not actually facing each other in court to be discerned before a judge for the truth to come out. We're living in a two-dimensional world where criminals get away with things, where people and family members are the criminals. They're the ones perpetrating the violence against people. They're the ones lying. They're the ones ignoring. They're the ones neglecting. That is criminal. And they think they're not getting their hands dirty. It's psychological warfare. Okay? It's psychological warfare. So that way you will die of your own, of either losing everything and getting out there on the street and the freaking world will swallow you up, which is easy to have you killed off, by the way. Don't think that just a regular homeless person just gets killed. No, they target you. But once you're out there on the streets, they can say anything about you. She's a drug addict, she's a whore, she's a loser, she's this, that. That's the tactic. Get them out there on the street. And everybody goes, oh, I guess that's just what happens. Right, because nobody takes accountability for anybody today. Nobody really wants to care about each other today. Everybody wants to be kings of their own castle, and they want to keep and protect their own little home. So I'd like to ask all of the people who are doing that, is it worth it? Your own self-righteous little perfect, little happy little huddle, is that worth the abortions that are happening, the children that are getting raped and murdered? Is it worth it? Well, I guess it's their business. No, it's everybody's business. So that's what my campaign is going to take another angle into. You know, we got mankind again. That's not man against woman. We're talking mankind. This world, this two-dimensional world, this society that is proliferating right now into evil. And part of that mankind society is in fact the very thing that we are trying to preserve: family. People who don't take accountability for how they've raised their children, how they've neglected their children, and what their children experience and suffer. Listen, me, the one who's being kept from my kid, I am being kept from my kid and prevented from talking to her because I'm a good mom. So this world is now saying, if you're going to be a good mom, you're going to die. That's what this world is saying. And this world is saying it to your face. And if you want to talk about it, you're going to go. And if you're going to cry about it, you're going to leave. You're going to become a good little soldier that doesn't talk about it, feel, or do anything about it, or else. That's what the world is saying, and it doesn't even say it. It's a pussy. Pardon my French. It doesn't have the guts to say it out loud. That's the way the world is. And that is sickening and sad. And everybody who's in denial and who won't admit it and who wishes to continue to proliferate it is a fool and is a liar. And I guarantee you they're also pretending to believe in God. They're also pretending that they're a good person. They're pretending. Because when there's a contradiction, there's a contradiction. And it makes me curious about some of the alternative news that's out there. That targeted individuals have been targeted since birth. That targeted individuals have been targeted all throughout their life. I mean, I can look back in my life and find examples of things that, now that I look back on it, kind of go, it seemed like that kind of could it have been? I mean, you know, was my mother targeted by my father? Was my father targeted by her? I mean, to what extent does it go? I don't know. I don't believe anything that doesn't make sense, and I don't spend time investigating things that aren't purposeful. But all I can say is it's, you know, when there's a nuance, you gotta get to the bottom of the nuance. Why? Why are there families that? Why are there people that? I mean, I know that it happens. I know that obviously this mind is this world is a demented mind. There's just people demented all over the place that say one thing and do another, you know, or they'll do for one and they won't do for another. It's a selfish freaking facade of a world. And these people, I can feel it right now. The snarling of the energy in there that just wants to get rid of me, because it's selfish. Yeah, but if I was her daughter, oh my God, she'd be on my child's father's front door with a shotgun. How fair is that? And she's basically taking my father hostage from me so that he won't help me, so that he'll stay convoluted. What the fuck? She's sitting there talking to my brother to try to keep him from loving me. It's like an evil. It's like a. What do they call it? A troll. A mole. It's a mole. The person that tries to feed the little gossip behind people's backs just so that way it can be effective. But they'll be the ones doing the kicking you out. This is about you. This is about you. And then that way that person will go, well, I'm sorry, what? You know, the people that actually have the guts will stand up and do something while they're in the background going, It's sickening. This is a world where the children need to be strong enough to grow up into the future that we're leaving them with. No, they'd rather raise a future where there are people that kill and rape and have abortions and all these horrible, evil things, and then the children aren't even going to know how to handle it because we pretend like there aren't anything going on. Not like there needs to be a long, drawn-out conversation with anybody, especially with a child, but you don't tell them lies, okay? You can simply say, that's the facts, and it's okay, don't worry about it, it's not your issue. But you don't lie. And you don't treat people that are picking up on an emotion like you don't lie. Sorry, that's what the problem is. People are scaredy cats. They don't know how resilient and how strong a child's mind and heart is. But let's look at what they're willing to let the children be subjected to. Rape. Please. Sexual exploitation. Please. children are being treated horrifically. But don't turn it into this over there or this over there and not put the pieces together and realize you have to be honest with children, okay? And then you have boundaries. I was asked, why are you crying? I said, because my child's father is not letting me see my daughter. She goes, oh, exactly. I said, because mommies and daddies shouldn't keep the children from each other. And that's something that's a good thing to teach a child. It was over. That was that. She was going to ask me more questions. I was going to say, don't worry about it, honey. Don't worry about it. I'll be okay. But what that would have taught her is, A, people feel. People feel. And she knew how to pick up on it. She knew that I wasn't my happy, normal self. B, that you don't lie. You teach children that you don't lie, and people need to be honest about it. And that things happen like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was happening. People don't always have the same homes that we do, and it's the truth. And C, when she inquires anymore and I say, don't worry about it, sweetheart. I don't want you to have to worry about it, but I'll be okay. That children can be protected from having to deal with adult things, and that we are confident and resilient that things will be okay. So that right there is a lesson in life that was just tried to be stumped out. As a matter of fact, she made me say, she basically told me a lie to her in front of her because of what I said. She tried to make me look like the bad guy. This person who doesn't even know how to teach children this proper thing. Okay, and so now I'm going to get to look like the bad guy. Guarantee I'm going to hear about it from my dad later on. Guarantee he's probably going to be kicking me out tomorrow. I'm going to be back on the streets, and they'll be ready to kill me. Nobody's going to help me. I don't even have a tire that can move. I don't have a car that can drive. My mom gives him $3,000. They don't want to give it to me. What does that look like? Guilt. Sounds like somebody wanted to profit from me being here, and then they're ready to have me go. Yep, my pockets are fat, and now you're ready to get out the fuck out of here. Because we accomplished making sure that no contact order was put into place, so that way those gang stalkers can go ahead and kill you, and you can look like a horde that's dead. Great, wonderful. Sounds like everybody's participating in this murder. And all of it is probably not even known. These constituents, these pieces, these separate parts don't even realize that they all have all been tactically placed to war against me, one by one by one by one. They're not working together. They're not having a meeting on Tuesday afternoon to decide how the group is going to move forward. These are tactical assaults on every single angle of it, so that way they all work in unison, single-handedly. It's absolutely a venomous assault. It is a venomous assault. And the thing is that the more truth that I say, the more that I point to people out exactly what's going on, the more they hate me for saying the truth. No, for also finding themselves at the bottom of the perpetration. They don't want to admit their wrongdoings. And they don't have the humility to say, you know what, you're right. Now that I think about it, you're right. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Well, whoa, thanks for waking me up. Like, whoa, help. Thanks for letting me see. Well, what do we do? I've got suggestions, but no. Apparently the smart one, the one who's a good mother, the one who works hard, the one who is beautiful and talented is the one who everybody wants to hate on. Because what? They're jealous that they are not although what? I don't shove anything like that in everybody's face. So this world is full of self-righteous jerks that just want to keep each other's dirty little secrets in their own little happy little nests. So there's perverts behind closed doors everywhere, and wives that allow it to happen, and then nobody talks about it though, and nobody talks about it. Everybody just turns a blind eye and pretends it's not happening. And that's the future that they want, because they're going to die and their kids are going to have to deal with it. That's what I'm saying. What kind of world is that? What kind of world is that when people just want to satisfy their own life and they could care less about the future? They could care less about the future that they're leaving their children. And they could care less about how obvious it is that they're a contradiction. Well, don't worry about it. They make sure to not put themselves around anybody that disagrees with them, so that way they don't have to face it. That's the problem with the world these days. And I guarantee you, in T-minus 10, 9, 8, that I'll be dealing with another form of go out there and go get murdered already. Yep. And nobody will take accountability for it. And then it'll be like, oh, hey, honey, how you doing? How was your day, bubby? Can I kiss your ass a little bit more? Anything I can help you with, sweetie? But go out there and get murdered already, the other one, Cinderella. We don't want you anymore. We don't care about you. We don't need you anymore. And your dad isn't going to say anything about it because I've got his balls. You're right. You do. I hope you feel proud about yourself. I'm going to make sure, as long as I am breathing, that this world understands that the people are the problem, and this is not an angry rant. This is the truth with love. I love the children. I love the future. I love people, and I love understanding that this is the problem. It has been proliferated for generations upon generations. I'm here to forgive everybody for all of their shortcomings. I'm here to tell everybody, hey, it's okay. But we have to be willing to face those problems. We have to be willing to call them like they are. And we have to be willing to confront them and to be humiliated and to say, now let's do something different moving forward. We cannot continue to proliferate the problem. Otherwise, I don't want to hear it when you see these abortions that are happening. I don't want to hear it. That's bullshit. You're not doing anything about it. You're a liar. Okay? I don't want to hear it when you hear about children being raped and murdered. That's bullshit. You're a liar. You're not doing anything about it. You got to do something about it. You can't just pretend it's not your problem anymore. This is everybody's problem. And I guarantee you, it's planning right now to make sure that Cinderella gets booted out again. Well, the only thing that I can have faith in is the fact that Cinderella ends up with the prince at the end of the movie. And those ones, they end up in the washroom. So frustrating.